welcome back to Pharma Info with Shubhashish. Now today we have brought another compound, right, which we are going to synthesize, right. So instead of chlorpromazine hydrochloride, I should write the purpose behind bringing this chlorpromazine, right, synthesis of chlorpromazine hydrochloride. So we all know that chlorpromazine is a drug which can be used as an antipsychotic, right. So apart from its psychotic, apart from its antipsychotic effect, it can be used as an antiemetic, right, antihistaminic, right, then anticholinergic, right. So there are diversified cholinergic, right. So there are diversified activity profiles are there in this there with this chlorpromazine, right. So these are all this the pharmacological aspect of this particular drug and all, right. So now let's see that how the structure will be, right. See, I have already uploaded one video of this phenothiazine, SAR of phenothiazines, right. Under that I have discussed broadly the structural features which has to be incorporated, right, in making antipsychotic and all. So chlorpromazine, it contains the parent function or parent ring system as phenothiazine, right. So it's a phenothiazine derivative actually. So phenothiazine is nothing but, it looks, if I just try to shape it, it looks like this. So phenothiazine. So pheno means 2-phenyl, and then thiazine, INE means 6-membered heterocycle, contains what? Thia and aza. So thia and aza both are there, right. Now to this phenothiazine I need to incorporate a side chain, right, which has to be placed at position 10, right. The side chain contains 3 carbon followed by a terminal nitrogen, should be tertiary in nature, right. And as usual I have just made it tertiary, right. So this is H2C, I think, yes. So this is H, and without this electronegative atom at position 2, okay, the structure is not complete at all, right. So likewise this is chlorpromazine. Now if we just try to figure out the IUPAC name of chlorpromazine, how it should be, right, how it should be. Now it should be something like, say for example, this is basically an amine, a tertiary amine, right, So can it be called as propan-1-amine or propanamine actually? Propanamine, yes, this can be called propanamine. But before that, we have to mention the substituent. Here this is found to be the biggest one. This is found to be the biggest substituent of of this amine, right? This alkyl amine, right? So where exactly it is placed? So as we have considered this as the parent, right? So that means therefore we should start the numbering from here, 1, 2 and 3, right? This is the third position which is holding what? Which is connected to the N10 of phenothiazine. So as a whole this is phenothiazine. So if I just say this is phenothiazine 10-yl, yes, probably I'm still in the way, right? So this is 3, the third carbon of this side chain, obviously we have considered this as a parent, right? And this is the part and parcel of this amine, rather, the alkyl portion. The third carbon is holding what? Phenothiazine 10-yl. Why? Because phenothiazine, this particular system is acting as a substituent, right? As it is acting as a substituent, that means we should, write yl at the end of the show and all, right? At the end of the process, rather. So therefore, it is phenothiazine 10-yl. What is left in the process? Phenothiazine is holding another substituent at its second position. So it's better if we just write 3 and then 2-chloro. Phenothiazine, 2 of what? 1, 2. The second position holding what? Chloro, without which it cannot get the dopamine-like structure. That is required, right? You please refer my video as well as some other videos are there. Why the electronegative atom has to be inserted at second position of phenothiazine, that is clearly explained there, right? So now the thing is that the third position holding what? The phenothiazine. The phenothiazine holding what? Phenothiazine is holding a chloro at its second position, therefore 2-chloro. Phenothiazine 10-yl, then propan, then N-dimethylamine. Why NN? Because it's a tertiary amine. So therefore we have to mention nitrogen, capital nitrogen or capital N multiple times. N-dimethylpropanamine, right? Okay, so that's all about the IUPAC naming and all. We are not dealing with the IUPAC name, but this is my, what we can say. This is a mundane things that I am doing, right? Because once you are engaged in the synthesis and all, definitely you should know the IUPAC name. Sometimes it can also it also helps us in dealing with the synthesis as well, right? Sure. So you need to recognize the different fragments which are there with the structure, right? So chloropromazine, how this can be made? It's a very easy synthesis, right? Only thing is that first and foremost, let us see that is there any chance that we can make the phenothiazine system, the all in a row arrangement, right? We can make it in situ. In situ means from an open system or partially open system to a closed system. Yes, this can be done, right? So likewise, so this is found to be the one. Let us just deal with this first. So this is the thing, right? This is the thing, right? The 2-chloro, something like this. So 2-chloro. So now if we just try to, break this particular bridge, the topmost bridge, right? Sulfur. So can it be given a shape? Yes, we can give a shape like this, because the side chain in the form of alkyl amine, we know the tricks. How this alkyl amine can be inserted into a particular thing or particular center where hydrogen is there. Only thing is that to that alkyl, the other terminal has to be inserted with an electronegative atom. That's all. It is the electronegative atom definitely that will snatch away the hydrogen and get inserted the rest of the portion to this particular nitrogen, with this nitrogen, right? Sure. So in that very process, so this is found to be the first one, right? The first one is having, so if I just say this is a benzene, right? This is a benzene. So, or rather benzenamine, right? Benzenamine. So this is basically 3-chlorophenyl. It's a secondary amine. So this is the benzenamine portion. Benzenamine portion, right? Benzenamine is found to be the parent one. The parent is holding what? This is the secondary nitrogen. So definitely we should start the process with N. N is holding what? N is holding 3-chlorophenyl benzenamine. 3-chlorophenyl. This is a substituent. 3-chlorophenyl benzenamine. So this is 3-chlorophenyl benzenamine. This is found to be one of the starting material. Now we need to make it. We need to put another, or we need to make another bridge on top of this. On top of this particular system, right? So likewise, for that very need and all, what we need to react, or we need to react this particular reagent with sulfur, right? What this sulfur will do? The sulfur will form a bridge here. So on treatment of this particular thing, the phenothiazine 2-chloro 10H phenothiazine, this is found to be 2-chloro 10H phenothiazine. You can also start the process from this particular entity as well, right? But if we just go in deep, you can find that yes, this is the open system, okay? On treatment with sulfur, what will happen? The first intermediate will get formed in the form of something like this, right? So this is the first intermediate that we got while sulfurating what? A benzenamine, right? Substituted benzenamine. Now what next? The next is, what is left in the process? The left in the process is tertiary, we have to place the tertiary amine. To that tertiary amine, the longest chain is found to be an alkyl one, a propyl one. So likewise, what? As I said, key electronegative atom, that is chloro. To that chloro, how many carbons are there? The longest chain present in that amine is found to be made up of 3 carbons. So likewise 3 carbon, and followed by a nitrogen. To that nitrogen, 2 methyl groups are there, right? Similar methyl groups are there, right? So this is found to be the another substituent which has to be interacted with the first intermediate, right? Which was produced earlier on treatment of benzenamine with sulfur, right? Chalo. So what will happen if I just try to merge them all together in presence of sodamine, that is NaNH2? What will happen? The merging took place. Definitely the merging will take place, right? And it is the merging that will lead to the formation of what? The merging will, during the merging, the HCl will go off, leaving behind the entire thing. So now with that we are done with the making of phenothiazine, right? As simple as that. So this is the way by which you can make phenothiazine. Hope you have understood this one. Now the thing is that, so what we learned from this particular synthesis. So let us see once again. So first, bring your benzamine or benzenamine, not benzamine, benzenamine, right? A chlorophenyl substituted benzenamine. React this with sulfur. So what will you get? So out of this process you can get 2-chloro 10H. Why 10H? Hydrogen is there. 10H phenothiazine. This on treatment with Cl, CH2, N methyl. That means what is that actually? What is this actually? So this is what? 1, 2, 3. 3-chloro propyl NN dimethylamine, right? So this is basically, or we can say propanamine. N dimethyl 3-chloropropanamine. Propanamine or propanamine. 3-chloro, 1, 2, 3. 3-chloro, N dimethyl propanamine. Right? Okay, chalo. So now what will happen? While treating this with that, definitely this hydrogen will remove. Okay, will fly away with this chloro, leaving behind what? CH2, 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 N, CH3, CH3. Now, what is left in the process? Hydrochloride. That means treat these things with HCl. What will happen? There is the formation of this dot HCl. This will get formed. So with that, we are done with the making of chlorpromazine. This is the simply one of the simplest method by which chlorpromazine can be made. One of the simplest synthesis which this PCI people has kept, right? They have kept in your curriculum, right? So thank you very much for your patience and all. Hope you have liked this video. Please wait for the next video to come. Thank you.